Hey guys, just came out the cinema to see the new Supergirl movie, and I will just say I prefer the actress who was in the Supergirl TV show, Melissa. I just thought the way she portrayed the character was just for what I liked, and the Arrowverse and stuff like that. However, now I do understand this. What look was from the comics, a different rough and tough version of Kara, where she basically remembers Krypton being destroyed, and when she'll shift off and seeing the destruction of her own planet, she had to literally process that. And as a child, remembering what happened to your planet and understanding everything was pretty interesting. So it did start with her on a red moon, red sun rather, where anyone who is a Krypton, no matter if it's Kara or Clark, if they go to a red sun, they will just be a normal person. So they can actually get drunk, they can actually get hurt, they can actually bleed in a red environment. So that did happen, and you could tell through a lot of this film, it was suffering through guilt, pain, and she was literally had to deal with so much emotion during this film. And when her dog gets shot and they got her ship, she had to basically spend a couple of days trying to find a way to get him saved. She comes in contact with this other girl who basically saw her dad and mum get killed for no wrongdoing at all. So she has a quest for revenge. Kara wants to save her dog, and now their paths collide. And there was a lot of cool things, like there was a scene on this ship where at first Kara was getting her ass kicked, but then the sun comes and she kicked their ass. So there was some cool moments when, even though she was barely in her Supergirl outfit until mid-end, the sooner she was in the yellow sun, she kicked everybody's ass. And there was so much attention to detail of why she's in so much pain, and she helps this other girl so much, but her message was, don't try and kill this guy. It will ruin you. Trust me, it will ruin you. You don't want that on your conscience. And one of the things I thought is, even though she's dealing with her own mental struggles, she's still trying to be a positive impact on this other girl. And it's really cool. And you even go to Krypton, where for some weird reason they're talking a different language. And for someone who can't see small print, did struggle with that, but I understood what was going on, and it was basically showing her getting sent away and Krypton getting destroyed, and her seeing Clark. And one thing I didn't understand, Kara saw Clark got her out of this pod, but he didn't understand her language. And it's like, I wasn't born in Krypton. It's like, that's different to a different tone to Superman, where Superman wasn't born in Krypton. And if you ever watch Smallville, if you ever watch those classic movies, he was born in Krypton, so that didn't make any sense. So there's Clark talking this normal accent, and her with this made-up language gave some contrast to that, so that was weird. There was some really cool fight scenes. Jason Momoa's character was really well done. There was another actor, I recognised his voice, but I can't put a finger to it. I'm starting to think it might have been Seth MacFarlane, who was the voice of Paul and who was in Family Guy. I'm thinking it's him. It made me think of that. But yeah, these fight scenes were really cool, and the grit in this, the dark look, the dark Supergirl brill to this was different tone to the Supergirl that we know from. There was a different Clara in Smallville. There was another one in her TV show, which was my favourite, and I still recommend that one. It's on Prime TV for free, so go and check out all the seasons on there if you like the Supergirl who gives you that more hope vibe. And there was this cool interest where she was in this green sun where she was dying. Her new friend got taken. She got punched in the face and captured and put in this prison cell, and she was rebellious. She didn't want to give up Clara, and when the sun changed, right next to her was the Supergirl outfit, and then you see this bleeping of hope where Kara's in the sky, full Supergirl outfit. It was actually pretty cool. I will say I didn't fancy this actress, but that's fine. That you're not going to fancy every actress you were in. But I did like how she demonstrated a newer version of Kara that anyone's ever seen. A rough and tougher, struggling with mental health, struggling with addiction, struggling with the idea of what she thought was the realism of what the world is, and her saving that girl made her actually become Supergirl in my eyes, and I think in her eyes too. And even though Kara killed the guy, she didn't let the other girl do it, because it would have ruined her, and I think Supergirl could handle it more. And then we literally get the dog saved, which was a beautiful touch. I'm glad the dog got saved, because I didn't like seeing the dog get shot with his needle. It actually pissed me off. So I'm glad the dog survived. It was a fucking chaos dog. It's a chaos gremlin, that the way it flies around. And then it basically finished with Kara sitting down on the sofa with so finally it finished with Kara and Clark sitting together, both in their outfits, the dog destroying everything that walks on. I will say, honourable mention, Jason Momoa's fight scenes were sick, and he was actually pretty entertaining. I think I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm interested in these new James Gunn DC. I didn't like the new Superman movie. It weren't really for me. Like, some of the scenes were good, but it actually made him seem a bit weak in that movie, I think. Not like the original Christopher Reeve, who I think is the greatest Superman of all time. Second favourite Superman is Tom, who was in Smallville. I think he was my second favourite. And then the guy who was in Man of Steel, he was my third favourite. But yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I do encourage it. It's a different look. I do think the woman from the TV show was better, but this one was a different look to it, a rough and tough grinding Supergirl movie. So it's in cinemas now. Go and check it out and let me know what you think. So like, comment, share and subscribe. Hit the bell for future videos and let me know what you think. Peace.